Don't you wish there were a way for you to figure out your life, to know who you are, to become your authentic self, to live the life you've always dreamed of, or to achieve those dreams that you only thought were meant for other people? And I'm going to tell you, yeah, there is a way for you to do that because it's everything that is within you. That is something that it can take us some time to understand or to accept, as it has for me. I did a channeling session yesterday, and what kept coming up was, we have given you everything. And I've heard that before, and I'm talking about the information that I've received from Wilhelm, who I've been writing and channeling since 1989. And I could hear that over and over again, but believing it was then another step that I had to take, just as you have to do the same thing. Because we're all born to do something, to offer something as we live and evolve and grow. And as we can own that, then we become our authentic selves. And I resisted for a long time. Many of us do that because it doesn't seem possible. Some of the things that we want to do, it doesn't seem like it's doable. But over time, we figure out new ways of doing things, and certain people will have done that. I published messages today, and in there, I showed an article that I wrote several years ago saying I might be channeling Carl Jung because I started to understand that some of the information, what I was receiving from Wilhelm, was organized in that way. And that's what happened during the session yesterday as well, during the channeling session, which I'd love for you to hear, because you will understand that everything you need is within you, but we just have to move through all the limitations. We just have to move through all the blockages. And at times, they become, we do that in different ways. And obviously, what I was given through Wilhelm was a new way of doing that, a new way of examining who you are, of doing that shadow work again. How do we do that to move through the limitation? Because all we have are, that's holding us back are limitations. And that is the message that's on the site. Any advice for today for last year on this date? There is only one thing holding you back, and that is our belief in ourselves. But that's challenging because we don't know what that's going to be. When we're coming into the world, we don't know what that's going to be because it's always unfolding. And then the times that we live in will make that different as well. Sitting down and doing writing and channeling was not something that I was ever going to show anyone years ago because it didn't make sense to me. And I probably still had the whole judgment and stigma that many people have about that kind of information, except everything is consciousness. And what I was able to do was tap into a higher level of consciousness, and that's what's in this work. And I've always explained I'm not Wilhelm. I receive the information, and I still have to do the work as well, which is I was talking to my group last night about that because I look back at the messages and I'm going, wow, this is something else I'm still going to incorporate into my life now because I didn't do that before. I didn't understand it before, and that's for all of us. And whenever we move through a huge change in the world, people come up with new ways of doing things, and that's what's happened for me. Because we're moving through a big transition. We've all felt it. It's a generational change that we're all moving through. And so it causes each of us to look at, who am I? Who am I supposed to be? And you may be feeling that now because we also discover that as our planets change, as everything changes, it affects us in different ways that we're still coming to understand. I mean, as a human race, as a civilization, we're always learning and developing more. And that's what came through this. But you also want to know, what is it going to do for me? If I'm doing this work, what's going to happen? And I will tell you, you'll start to understand yourself. You'll start to move through any kind of trauma or blockages that you've had in your life that have prevented you from achieving the success you want to have. This is because it's using cognitive behavior training. That's all that we've come to understand that through the study of neuroscience. We know how our brains work now. And this was put together in a completely different way. Then I stumbled upon something else, an organization in our energetic universe that I couldn't have known that Wilhelm was giving me, but that's what's in this work. And so I put together just a little something you can read, because when I kept hearing, we've given you everything, I put together some of those messages which were aligned energetically with changes that are happening in our world. That's not something that everyone's going to understand or accept, but the fact is, it moves you through the limitations that exist within you. And this is what I discovered when we first started doing this work in 2021. It's like it was astonishing to me the way that people were understanding themselves. And this work is only about that. It is about you coming to achieve your potential, living the life you were meant to have. And again, I held myself back. You can listen to the video that's on the message for last year, because it was showing how many times can we hear something and then still not do it. Well, this time I'm doing it, and that's what I want all others to do as well. It's time for you to own yourself, become the person you're meant to be, and that's what this work does. So that's why I'm putting this out. I want everyone to know, because even the people who are in my program currently, there's so much more that we're going to do, because I've become aware of how powerful this work is, because it can take any person to the heights of their life. And that's what I've always wanted. Since a child, I thought, could I have something like that? Could I develop something that would do that for people, so they don't have to suffer or go through what I did? And that's what we all want, actually. But that's what's happened. But I want you to enjoy the session and listen to it, and you'll read the little article, and you'll see so much more. And then also explore the program, because it may be time for you to reach that place in your life that you really want to achieve. Because we're never done. I'm going to keep doing this, because there's still more that I can achieve as well. I haven't gotten there yet, even though at this age, I'll be 75, and you'll hear in there in a few months. But still, I know that this work is going to do so much more for so many more people and for our world. That was something that was challenging to believe, but I know that that's true. If more people can love themselves, understand who they are and their importance, then we change everything. Right? You have been given everything, and it's within you. See you soon.